What is going on, you and the tube? This your boy Trucker Will, and we're trucking it like always, trying to make this money, trying to make this dough as we roll down this so elusive blacktop. In this edition of Settlement Friday, we're going to talk about fixed costs, variable costs, and what is going into the business account, as well as how the other truck has been doing over the last couple weeks. We're going to talk about that and more next on Trucking. Trucker Will. Before we get into the video, guys, do me a quick favor: like, subscribe, share, hit the bell below so you know when I come out with new videos, and do me a big favor, give me a thumbs up for this content so we can go out to other drivers out here that are looking to get each other and get on this hustle, this grind. But we can get the other white, brown, cheese, green, the other white, you know, the whole thing. Now, we're going to get into this issue and see what's popping out here on the black side. Yeah, man. Alright, guys, before we get to the business, do me a favor. If you're thinking about coming over to Prime and you're not sure, and you've been following me for a long time from when I started my blacktop journey, do me a quick favor. Use my driver code TAYLWA. That will let you know you show me some love when you come over here to Prime, and that way I can try to connect with you and allow you to help get you to the bag, get you to the money. Now we're going to get to the business. Next on Trucking with Trucker Will. What is going on, you and the tube? This your boy Trucker Will, and we trucking it like always, trying to make this money, guys, trying to make this dough. And we out here in California and waiting to pick up a load that's going over to Texas. It's about 9:32 Pacific Standard Time, so I'm uploading a little late today. Most of y'all, it's early in the morning, so y'all catch this on the replay, so I appreciate y'all. So, like always, guys, I'm going to put it over here on the right-hand side, and we're going to break down these trips for you guys so you guys can get an understanding of what it might look like when you're breaking down your business and you're breaking down what you made and what you need to improve, and where you're slacking, where you can improve, and where you can become better. All right, guys, so here we go. We're going to jump right in. Our first trip was Florida to Tennessee. That trip paid $594.79. That equals out to being about 82 cents a mile. Our second trip, guys, was Tennessee to Virginia. That trip paid $1,122.48. That equals out to being right about $1.96 a mile. Our third trip was going to be California to Florida. That trip paid $5,896.38. That broke down to about $1.95 a mile. Our fourth trip was Virginia to Illinois. That trip paid $902.52. That breaks down to being $1.17 a mile. We drove about 5,318 miles, which totaled out the revenue to the truck for the week at $10,733.32, guys. So it's not too bad of a week. We did run pretty hard. I did pick up a student. He only had about 10,000 miles he had to do because he came over from flatbed. You saw him in one of the other videos. So he's over here on the reefer side, and he just needed a little touch up on his game because the other trainer he had and his dispatcher weren't working out for him and his business model and what he was trying to do to be successful. So he came over to the reefer side. Luckily, he was able to get with my fleet manager, and then my fleet manager asked me if I wanted to train him. I said, hey, I'll help him out. You know, do what it is, do what it do. You know, gotta do unto others as you like them to do unto you. You know, like to help, like to show the game so everybody can be out here, be successful, especially if they come over here to Prime to get that bag. All right, guys, so the next, like we always do, we're going to get into the fuel costs for the week. Next, guys, next.
Why you don't pull in forward?
Why you don't pull in forward, guys? Why you don't pull in forward?
Alright, YouTube, so over here at Prime, like I've said in my previous videos, that we have a thing called Macro 27. Macro 27 on your route gives you the best fuel on the route that you're on. It's not always going to be the best. Sometimes you got to do some checking and rechecking, but it's supposed to give you the best fuel spot on your route by just pushing that Macro 27. So I use my Macro 27 most of the time. No, I'm playing all of the time. But sometimes I find cheaper fuel somewhere else that's not on the Macro 27. It's more of a guidance to give you an idea, but I still recommend it 100% of the time. Anyway, guys, so our fuel cost for the week came out to be $2,350.05. Now, with my Macro 27, it gave me $503.65 in discounts. Now, we still have to pay for our reefer, we still have to pay for our DEF, things of that nature, but it still gives us a discount overall from our overall fuel bill. So with our overall fuel bill for the week, we spent a total of $2,239.42, guys. So that's not bad for running 5,318 miles, going into California, doing the mountains, things like that in the Northeast. Wasn't too bad, guys. So $2,339.42 was the fuel bill for the week, and wasn't too bad. Like I said, it's the price of doing business, but you'll see, spending $2,000 in fuel, you'll see what the overall goes into the business account, and then what you're paying your taxes, and then what you're left over with. So we're going to talk about what's going into the business account, and then we'll get into how the other truck did over the last couple weeks, because it's been kind of rough. Next, guys. Alright, YouTube, so at the end of the day, all that really matters is what goes into the business account, but you try your hardest to make sure that you don't spend all that money. You try to keep all that money in your pocket, whether it's going from your fuel tank, whether it's keeping it as much of that fuel out of your tank and keeping as much of that money in your pocket, to having to spend money on maintenance, to spending money on all other frivolous things that always try to drain your pockets. So we're going to get into it, all right? So I went over the numbers again today, and I used to say that my fixed cost was $1,325 a week. It used to be that. It's kind of changed a little bit. So my fixed cost right now with my emergency fund, because I add my emergency fund into my fixed cost because it's a fixed number. So my fixed cost right now is $1,537.64, guys. I'll put that up there for you. All right. So with that, that's my fixed cost. When I start out the week, that's what I'm at. Negative $1,537.64. Now, my fuel bill for the week was $2,339.42. And then I had my student cost, and his cost to be on a truck as well was $1,135.79. So in total, rounded about all the deductions and everything like that, that came out to a total of deductions of $4,555.43, guys. Now my total revenue, right? My total revenue was $10,733.32. Now, what went actually into the business account was $4,891.21, minus my 20% that I set aside for taxes, which was $978.24, which left a total of $3,912.96, guys. Now, I do take that emergency money out. I can put it back in whenever I want, so it's still kind of profit. So you still would say the total money to the business account was $4,297.94. Now, that's not bad for the week, guys, and it's not bad running a team, running a training truck. You're not going to have days like that all the time, but you can definitely see the possibilities of training a student if you want to have them on your truck for 30,000 miles. Now, if you want to do PSD, your PSD money is going to be a little bit different, but I don't necessarily, I like running. I don't necessarily like being at the yard, but hey, I try to help where I can help out. But at the end of the day, it's how you have your business model, how you have your stuff set up. So total revenue to the truck was $10,733.32. Total profit for the week was $4,297.96. That's with taxes, that's with the emergency fund, all of that. So it wasn't a bad week, guys. It was not a bad week. And some of that money I'll put into stocks, and some of that money I'll put into other saving ventures and other things that I want to do to try to generate more revenue streams while we're out here on the blacktop. So now, guys, we're going to talk about the week that I had last week dealing with the other truck that's on the blacktop. We're going to get into that next, guys. All right, y'all. So the other truck that we have on the blacktop, yo, last week was crazy. It was crazy. So we the other truck came off the road. It finished the road. It finished a run from Oregon all the way down to Georgia. We got it into Georgia, and I happened to be in Florida on a load, so we happened to run through Atlanta. The load that we had, we were trying to get a rolling 34, so we got a 34 in as well. So we stopped. I stopped through the house to take a look at the piece of equipment. And bruh, like, people out here on the blacktop make this junk look easy. I try to keep it 100% real. Tell you the good, the bad, the ugly, and the indignant. And by far, guys, this was the most indignant I have ever seen it. But hey, when you're trying to make the big paychecks and put the commas in your check, you're gonna have to spend the commas to get the commas, right? Y'all can feel me on that. So this is how it is played out, right? So I got the truck. We normally take it to the shop. We're calling the mechanic. He didn't answer. So I was like, talked to my student who he used to be an old diesel mechanic, and he told me, he's like, check this out. He looked at it for me. So we went out to eat, things of that nature. Took him over. He met my wife, kids, family, things of that nature, and went out to lunch with the wife and things like that. So went over to take a look at the truck. So we went to go take a look at the truck, and few things. So we take it over to Jackson, Georgia, take it to the Speedco in Jackson, and they proceed. I say, hey, can you guys check this and this and this out? So first of all, I had to get it. It's been on the road for 10,000 miles, so we got to get a PM done. The PM costed me was like $430. Now, as I continued to look over the truck, I noticed that it had a nail in it. So, but prior to that, I had a roadside call. So the truck was on the road. It got a flat tire. So I had to do a roadside call. That roadside call, the truck was in Wyoming. No, not Wyoming, Nevada. Roadside call, $600 and some odd, $630. So the guy brings a tire out. The tire was a tandem tire. I wasn't very happy with that. So I see this. I'm looking at this tire, and it's beat up. It's a beat up tire, but $600 and some odd. It was a tandem tire. They put it on my drive. It's a tandem tire. So I got it back to the crib. Got it to the Speedco. I look at the tire. I said, I need a new tire because it's got some cuts in it. It just pissed me all the way off. So I had to get a new tire. There's another $200. So roadside call, new tire, PM, all three of those. So that started off my week. So I'll put it up here. Roadside call, $600. PM tire, another $700. That's just in a matter of a week. Then I get they're looking over the truck, and we were having an issue with the coolant. It was saying that there was a coolant. Something was going on with the coolant. It was a coolant leak. So I'm looking at the truck. The driver's looking at the truck, trying to figure out what's good, what's going on. And I'm like, man, buddy, my student, he's telling me, man, it might be this. Looking over it, man, like, it might be this. So we go get a pressure test on it. Guess what it was? Radiator leak. There's a leak in the radiator top. So right there's another $2,100 for our new radiator. So new radiator, we got the upper and lower hoses replaced. So that was good. Then I find out that my other steer tire, or my drive tire has a nail in it. So I had to pull a nail out the tire, but they didn't charge me for the nail. Then I find out that some dingleberry out here in the world stole my fuel cap. So now I needed a fuel cap. So you can already see where this is going. It got expensive real fast. So then I'm going to look at the trailer, and I'm looking at the trailer. Now, company that this truck is leased onto, I won't disclose this yet. But, whoever's out there sees any of my other videos will figure it out eventually. We're looking at the trailer, and then I noticed that 2 of the tires on the trailer are bad. They're recaps and they're starting to separate. So I'm like, oh, Lord Jesus, help me. So we're talking, and then we find out that one of the lights, the running lights, it blinks, but it doesn't stay illuminated. So I called the company because we're not responsible for the maintenance on the trailer. Come to find out, we'd have to bring it up to the Shy to get the stuff fixed. And it was like, I don't want to go up to the Shy. The driver didn't want to go up to the Shy. It was like, So we ended up getting it fixed down in Atlanta. Another $1,200. So in a matter of a week and a half, let's see, $600 roadside call, PM, tire replacement, and trailer fixed. So roughly like $6,000 just in stuff to get done on this truck. Now, it's the price of doing business, but it was just a long week, y'all. Long week. And bruh, I mean, it tires you out, guys. It tires you out. But I mean, it is what it is. It's the price of doing business, and you're gonna have good days, you're gonna have bad days. It's just the price of doing business. But we're gonna get into what the revenue to that truck did. That was just a little story time. We're gonna get into revenue to that truck next, guys. Next. Alright guys, so we're going to break down what the other truck did here real quick before I get you all out of here. Alright, so our first trip was Oregon to California. That trip had $791. Our second trip was California to New Jersey. That trip paid $8,712, guys. So it wasn't too bad. Alright, so total revenue with layover, detention, total revenue came out to be $9,240. With the layover pay exactly was $440. Minus our deductions after that, with that, would equal out being $9,680. Minus our deductions, which came out to be $1,295. They came out to a total of $8,384.97. Now, minus our 20% in taxes, which is $1,676.99. That left a total of profit of $6,707.96. Out of that, I will pay my driver that's driving my truck, put money aside for maintenance, and recoup some of that money that we just spent on that other truck there, which was equaling out to be about $4,000. So this week, it's kind of almost a $2,000 profit, almost a $3,000 profit, basically. But anyway, guys, that's the nitty, the gritty breakdown of what's going on. So between the Prime truck, which I'm running over here, my other truck, Utah 6 and 4. So 6 and 4 is not too bad, guys. Not too bad at all for a week of running. Do me a favor, guys, like, subscribe, share, hit the bell below so you know when I come out with new videos on my blacktop journey as we try to generate more revenue streams so that we can get out of here and not be stuck on the blacktop forever. Anyway, guys, remember to be blessed, less stressed, keep that left door closed, that right foot down, only when it's safe, guys. And like I always say, guys, I'll see you on the blacktop. Safe trucking. Later. guys, it's been real. I appreciate you guys joining me back for another edition of Settlement Friday. I know this episode was a little long for you guys, but hey, I appreciate you guys sticking it out if you did. Remember to give me a big thumbs up so all the new drivers out here can know what the game is all about. And like I said, remember, be blessed, less stressed, and keep that left door closed and that right foot down only when it's safe, guys. And like I always say, guys, I'll see you on the blacktop. Safe trucking, and see you on the next episode of Trucking